All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, it's exciting to be back.
Yeah, so today we're going to be looking at a document all about video editing.
Yes, the fundamentals.
Yeah, video editing basics.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're out there and you're thinking about getting into video editing,
This is for you.
this is where you start. This is like step one.
Absolutely.
So yeah, let's jump right in.
Okay.
So one of the things I thought was really interesting that this document starts out with is talking about digital devices.
Right.
And how, like, at the most basic level, a digital device is speaking a language of ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Like, everything comes down to that. It's so bizarre.
It's wild, right?
Yeah, so like every image, every video, every sound,
It's all just ones and zeros.
is all just ones and zeros put together in a different way.
That's right.
Like a secret code.
It is a secret code. It's the binary system, and it's
Right.
really quite fascinating because it's so simple, but it's the foundation for absolutely everything we do digitally. Whether you're editing a video or just sending a text message, it all comes down to that basic binary code.
It's like if you only had two colors of Legos,
Exactly.
that's all you had.
Yeah.
But you could build anything with those two colors.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just how you arrange those two colors.
That is incredible.
It is.
So that's what our digital devices are doing, whether it's a desktop or a laptop.
That's right. So,
They're
Well, yeah.
speaking in ones and zeros.
and that's an interesting distinction too, right? Because we've got desktops and we've got laptops, and both of them can be used for video editing, but they both have their own advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like, when would somebody want to go for a desktop versus a laptop?
Well, if you're somebody who really needs that power,
Yeah.
you need that processing power.
Right.
You're working with really high resolution files. Maybe you're doing some really complex visual effects. A
Uh-huh.
desktop is going to give you that power and that stability.
And you can get a bigger screen.
Oh, yeah. The screen real estate is a huge factor.
Yeah. Especially if you're staring at it all day.
Absolutely. But then, maybe you're somebody who's on the go a lot. You travel, you like to work in different locations. A laptop gives you that portability. And there are some incredibly powerful laptops out there now that are specifically designed for video editing.
Right.
So, it's really about finding the right tool for the job.
That's true.
But no matter what computer you're using, you're going to need software
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
to actually edit the videos.
The tools.
Yeah, and there are a ton of different options out there.
Right.
But they all essentially do the same thing, which is give you the power to manipulate your footage, add effects, transitions, titles, all that good stuff.
Right. And this document talks about having a plan.
Oh, yeah.
Like before you even open up the software.
Absolutely.
Before you even start shooting. Like having a plan for what you're going to do.
100%.
It's so tempting to just jump in and start editing.
Oh, I know.
Especially like if you're just getting started
Yeah.
and you're excited about it. But
It can lead to a lot of wasted time and frustration.
right, like you can end up with this like Frankenstein monster of a video that doesn't really make any sense.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
having a plan, even if it's just the basic outline, it's
Right.
going to save you so much headache in the long run.
It's like having a roadmap.
Exactly.
If going on a road trip, you don't just start driving.
Mm-hmm.
You figure out where you're going, how you're going to get there.
And you know what you want to see along the way.
Yeah, and that's what planning a video is like.
Exactly. And a big part of that plan is figuring out your key events.
Right.
What are the moments that really drive your story forward?
What are those like pivotal moments?
Yeah, exactly. Think about like a movie trailer.
Huh?
They only show you the most exciting and important parts, right?
To hook you.
To hook you, to
Yeah.
make you want to see the whole film.
Right.
And it's the same with any kind of video, whether it's a vlog, a tutorial, a documentary, whatever.
Right. You got to pick out those key events.
You got to figure out what are the essential pieces.
Right. So once you have that plan, you know what your key events are.
Then comes the fun part.
Then comes the fun stuff. Yeah, like actually recording,
Yes, getting that footage.
getting the film, the sound effects,
Oh, yeah, all the good stuff.
the voiceover if you need it.
Yeah.
Like all these elements come together to make a video.
That's what brings it to life.
Yeah.
The film, the recording, that's your foundation.
Right.
That's the raw material you're working with. But then you add in the sound effects
Oh, yeah.
to create atmosphere, to enhance the mood.
Sometimes sound effects are even better than like the real sound.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a good Foley artist can make anything sound amazing.
Yeah.
And then you've got the voiceover, which, can provide narration, context, or even just add a little bit of humor.
Right. Or if you're doing like a tutorial video,
Exactly.
you need that voiceover to explain what's happening.
Yeah, to guide the viewer.
So you bring all those pieces together and then you get to the editing.
Yes. This is where the real magic happens.
Yeah, editing is where you take all those raw ingredients
And you turn them into a finished dish.
You shape the pacing.
Yes.
You figure out what transitions to use.
You're telling the story through your edits.
Right.
You know, a good editor can make a video flow seamlessly.
They can really keep your attention.
Absolutely. And then you can add in graphics.
Oh, right, graphics.
Things like text, overlays, lower thirds, animations, visual effects, all of that can really elevate your video.
That's true.
You know, it's like adding those little extra details.
It's like adding sprinkles.
Exactly.
To make it even more appealing.
And speaking of visually appealing, this document shows these like visualizations of sound waves. Have you ever looked at those?
Oh, they're so cool.
They're like really beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing how something we can't see with the naked eye
Right.
can have such a visual impact.
Yeah, it looks like art.
It does. It does. And you know what's really interesting is that those visual representations of sound are actually really helpful in video editing.
Yeah, most editing software displays audio as waveforms.
Oh.
And you know those waveforms show you the peaks and valleys of the sound?
Oh, I see.
So you can see where it's loud, where it's quiet.
So it's not just about hearing it. You can actually see it.
Exactly. You can
Yeah.
see it. And that can help you identify, you know, if the audio is too loud or too quiet,
Right.
if there's any unwanted noise. And you can even use those waveforms to help you time your edits to the rhythm of the music or dialogue.
That's a great tip.
It's a handy little trick.
Yeah, because sometimes you can feel it,
Yes,
but it helps to actually be able to see it.
absolutely. It gives you that extra level of precision.
Okay, so we talked about sound. We talked about visuals.
What about transitions?
Oh, yeah. Transitions. This document mentions all sorts of cool transitions,
Oh, yeah, there are so many to choose from.
like morph, cross zoom, peel off.
Yeah, I love a good cross zoom.
Yeah, they all have like these fun names.
They do, and they can really add a lot of visual interest to your videos.
Right, like if you just use a basic cut every single time.
It can get a little bit repetitive.
It can get a little boring, so you got to spice it up.
Yeah, exactly. And transitions are a great way to do that.
Right, and they can also help you like convey different moods or emotions.
That's right. You know, a slow fade can create a sense of calm or reflection.
Right.
While a quick cut can add a lot of energy and excitement.
Or like a jump cut.
Oh, yeah. Jump cuts are great for comedic timing
Yeah.
or for creating a sense of urgency.
So yeah, it's all about choosing the right transition for the moment.
Exactly.
So I think we covered like a lot of ground here.
We went from the very basics of what makes a digital device work
Right.
to all the different elements that go into creating a compelling video.
Right, from planning to shooting to editing.
Yeah, and everything in between.
And it's incredible like how much goes into it, but also how rewarding it is
Oh,
when
absolutely.
you finally see that finished product.
It's like a little piece of art that you created.
Right, and you get to share it with the world.
And hopefully entertain or inform or inspire people along the way.
So if you're out there and you're thinking about getting into video editing,
Go for it.
what are you waiting for?
There's never been a better time to start.
There are so many resources available online.
Yeah, you can learn anything you want to learn.
And honestly, the best way to learn is just by doing it.
100%. Just get your hands dirty.
Experiment, play around, have fun.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah, mistakes are part of the process.
That's how you learn and grow.
So that's it for today's deep dive.
Into the world of video editing.
We hope you learned something,
And we hope you're inspired to go out and create your own videos.
and we can't wait to see what you come up with.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.